Hello everyone, we are Team Alibaba in Canada, and our teammates are Chen Xiaowu, Rui Xijiang, Bai Yu Zhou, and Xi Song. This is our agenda for the project Alibaba in Canada. And first, I will talk about project summary. The proposal of this project is to establish Alibaba's presence in Canada, leveraging its global infrastructure and localizing operations to tap into the Canadian market. And there are some key points for our project summary. The first is utilize local advantages, improves improve logistics efficiency and reduce operating costs by cooperating with local suppliers. The second is promote economic growth, hire local talents, and support local economic development in Canada. The third one is enhance brand influence, improve Alibaba's brand in Canada through strategic positioning. The last is establish customer relationships, establish long-term trust relationships with Canadian consumers and business and consolidate market position. Next, I will talk about company's background. Alibaba Group was founded in 1999 by Jack Ma and another 17 co-founders in Guangzhou, China, with the mission of is make it easy to do business anywhere. Over these years, Alibaba has grown into a global leader in economy, cloud computing, and digital entertainment, operating well-known platforms such as Taobao, Tmall, and Alibaba Cloud, and occupying a major position into the international markets. And in 2015, Alibaba Group set a record and successfully listed on the New York Stock Exchange, becoming a well-known public company. Next, I will talk about TWS analyze. The first is strong global infrastructure and supply chain exporters. Second is advanced technology platforms such like Alibaba Cloud. The last is the ability to foster local economic growth. Next is weakness. First is limited brand presence in Canada. The second is high operational and localization costs. Next is opportunities. Raising demand for economy solutions. Second is partnerships with local suppliers to improve logistics. The last is gateway for broader North American expansions. The last is threats. First is regulatory compliance challenges. Second is strong competition from local and global economy players. The last is cultural and consumer platform difference.
Next, I'm going to discuss the challenges and solutions Alibaba must navigate to successfully expand into Canadian markets. Expanding into Canada is not easy for Alibaba. First, there are cultural differences. Canada values inclusivity and diversity, and people there are more individualistic. This is different from Alibaba's home culture in China, which focuses more on community and harmony. Also, Canada is a bilingual country, and in Quebec, many people prefer to use French. If we don't adapt to these cultural and language differences, we might not connect well with Canadian customers. Another challenge is Canada's strict laws, especially about data privacy and consumer protection, such as the PIPEDA, the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, which requires companies to handle customer data very carefully. These rules are more demanding than what Alibaba is used to in China. At the same time, the e-commerce market in Canada is very competitive. Companies like Walmart and Amazon are already well established, and it will be very hard for Alibaba to compete without a unique strategy. To solve these problems, we have a few ideas. First, we will create a bilingual e-commerce platform that works in both English and French. This will make it easier for customers in all regions to use our services. We will also train our employees to better understand Canadian culture, so they can communicate effectively. To build trust, we will partner with local influencers who already have strong connections with Canadian audience. For the legal challenges, we will work with Canadian legal experts to ensure we follow all the necessary rules, especially about data privacy. We will also use technology to make sure our systems are secure and transparent. For competition, we will use a global pricing strategy to make prices clear and fair. Additionally, we will work with the local business to improve our supply chain and reduce costs, which will make us more competitive.
Thank you for handing to me. My name is Chen Xiaowu, and I will present the project communications management purpose. So defining the communication requirements is critical for Alibaba's expansion into the Canadian market. We must identify the type of information to be communicated, assign responsibilities, and determine the right audience for each message. So here, clear and relevant messaging tailored to the diverse cultural and linguistic needs for Canadian stakeholders is essential for Alibaba. For instance, bilingual communication, English and French, is not just beneficial but very necessary for improve the maximum inclusivity in this market. And cultural sensitivity also plays a very important role here, incorporating practices that respect Canadian values such as diversity, inclusivity, and the regional differences will strengthen our Alibaba's local presence. And equally important is the consistency. So all in communication must align with Alibaba's global brand value while meeting the specific goals of the Canadian market. And finally, evaluating effectiveness is very important. By establishing assessment processes, we can adapt and improve our communications throughout the project. So here we have different communication plan goals. The first is specific. So it determines the methods for deliver information effectively across China and Canada. So it also ensures the compliance and with the Canadian laws and regulations while customizing the strategies for key cities such as Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. And we will setting measurable KPIs that helps to enhance the communication effectiveness. Such KPIs includes in achieving 90% stakeholder satisfaction with communication quality, ensuring 100 bilingual coverage for our targeted regions within 3 months, and tracking the monthly progress throughout our reports. So we will have to building a cross-functional team to manage regulatory updates, local media campaigns, and stakeholder engagement is another crucial objective for us. And leveraging Alibaba's global communication infrastructure while adapting it to our local needs will help to align with our strategy with the company mission to expand its local footprint. So within the first 6 months, a fully operational communication framework will be implemented, followed by quarterly evaluations to maintain the relevance and impact. So timely response to the inquiries and feedback within 48 hours will help to further build trust and transparency with our customer. And here we have more specifically is our communication plan objectives. So a key objective of our plan is addressing foreign laws and local government relations. We will have the relationship with our regulations like the Competition Act, which ensures fair competition and prohibits misleading advertisement, and PIPDA, which is the government of the personal information protection. So here we have the collaboration with these departments, and we have also the collaboration with the entities such as the Canada Revenue Agency and Global Affairs Canada that will help to facilitate the complaints and support our trade relations. And equally important is building a strong media architecture. So we'll partner with the leading Canadian media outlets and influencers will help to boost the Alibaba's visibility. We'll make sure the region-specific advertisement campaigns conduct in both French and English will engage our Canadian diverse audience effectively, and will our implementing the digital marketing that will play a significant role here with our campaigns like Alibaba in Canada, connecting your world will help to tailor to our Canadian preference. And managing currency risks and paying systems is another priority here. We will integrating universal platforms such as PayPal and Stripe alongside local solutions such as the local government and Canada banks such as the RBC and TD Canada that will help to secure the transaction processes. And lastly is to address cultural challenges, will implement training program for Alibaba employees. This program will help to provide insights into Canadian business and cultural expectations. Additionally, bilingual communication channels will cater to both English and French-speaking audience, ensuring the clarity in each interaction. Here we have the comparison with Canada and China according to our Hofstede's cultural dimensions. You can see a lot of roles here we need to pay attention to. The first is power distance, individualism, uncertainty, avoidance, and long-term orientation. So as we see such differences, we will have to pay attention to this communication style, the different negotiation style, such as trust building and slow based. For Canada is efficiency driven and quick decision making. So by knowing these different characteristics, that will help to build and improve our strategy in Canada and help to improve our communication goals in the future.
Now let's start by discussing how entrepreneurs' cultural dimensions can guide Alibaba's communication strategy for entering Canada. First, we have universalism versus particularism in Canada. People value fairness and following rules, and in China, relationships and flexibility are more important. To succeed, we need to balance this by being transparent and adaptable. Next is individualism and collectivism. Canadians prefer independence, while Chinese culture value teamwork. Our approach should encourage both individual recognition and strong team collaboration. Then there is natural versus affective. Canadians tend to communicate logically and calmly, while Chinese communication often includes emotions and indirect messages. We will combine professionalism with emotion understanding to suit both audiences. Finally, achievement versus corruption. Canadians value achievement, while in China, roles are state carry weights. We will respect both perspective by focusing on contributions and positions. This balance will help us build stronger connections between our Canadian and Chinese teams. Now let's look at the communication approach for this project. Our focus is on three key areas: clarity, consistency, and cultural sensitivity. First, clarity. We will make sure our messages are simple, clear, and customized to the audience needs. We will avoid unnecessary technical terms, and use inclusive language that works for everyone. Next, consistency. Messaging will have a unified tone and wording across all channels. We will prioritize the most important details to help stakeholders understand what matters most. Finally, cultural sensitivity. Our communication will be professional, honest, and focused on building trust. We will also consider cultural differences to ensure our message resonates with everyone. This approach will keep everyone on the same page and build trust with our Canadian stakeholders. Let's move to the project strategy approach. First, let's look at our strategy messages. We want to show that Alibaba's respects local culture, values its employees, and build trust with reliable and personalized services. These ideas will help us connect with Canadian customers and partners. Next, our fundamental project goals include creating e-commercial solutions that fit Canadian needs. We aim to make shopping easier, improve customer experiences, and building strong economic tie between Canada and Alibaba. By working with local suppliers, we also support sustainability and follow Canadian privacy laws to protect customer trust. Finally, our rollout plan will happen step by step. In the first year, we will focus on digital marketing and building partnerships to make sure everything runs smoothly. Success will be measured by feedback and positive results from earlier users, which will help us prove Alibaba's commitment to quality and trust. With this approach, we believe Alibaba can succeed in Canada and create value for every involved. Now let's talk about the communication channels. We will use the research rich stakeholders. We will use a mixed digital, traditional, and internal channels. For digital channels, we will focus on social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Sina Weibo to engage audiences. We will also send email update and use apps like WhatsApp and WeChat for instant communication. Traditional channels like flyer, brochures, and newsletters will help us share information with local business and employees. In-person meeting and poster sessions will encourage dialogue and relationship buildings. Web-based channels will include frequently asked questions, announcements, and online forms to provide easy access to project updates. Lastly, for internal communication, we will use newsletters and training sessions to keep our team informed and urgent. This multiple channel strategy ensures that our stakeholders receive the information they need in ways that work better for them.
By implementing this solution, Alibaba aims to capture a significant share of the Canadian e-commerce market, becoming a culturally adaptive and technology-driven leader. Beyond business success, Alibaba is committed to creating local employment opportunities, collaborating with small and medium-sized enterprises, and promoting diversity and inclusion. This strategy will leave a lasting legacy of economic contribution and innovation, setting a benchmark for sustainable global expansion. In conclusion, Alibaba's expansion into Canada is not just about entering a new market, but about building bridges between cultures and delivering values to consumers and communities. It faces challenges such as cultural differences, regulatory compliance, and low brand recognition. With solutions like bilingual support, localized strategies, and cross-cultural training, we think Alibaba can achieve success and leave a lasting impact. Thank you for your listening.